Good morning, I'm Dana. I'm a mermaid here on the big island of Hawaii off the Kona coast. And I have a background as a marine mammal naturalist. I'm a U.S. Coast Guard licensed boat captain and I specialize in underwater photography, mostly for dolphins, whales, sharks, and other marine life. I've also been taking people out for about the last 11 years to dolphin and whale watch here in Kona, Hawaii, and educate them about the sea life here, as specializing again in dolphins and whales that come here. We have a large variety of marine life that lives off the Kona coast because the island here drops off. So in 2 miles offshore, you can be in about 13,000 feet of water. So we're rich in a lot of the squid and fish that the marine mammals feed on. We have 11 species of dolphin that lives here, and also rare whale species like the Cuvier's beaked whales, Blainville's beaked whales. We also have whale sharks, sperm whales. All of these animals I've been blessed to come across out here, and every day is a new adventure out on the water here in Kona, Hawaii. We also have the humpback whales that migrate down from Alaska in the wintertime to give birth to their calves, and also it's their mating season here. And I do a lot of research with the whales for them, with photos, and also tracking their behavior and their migration patterns, and also with the dolphins as well. So I'm also a free diver, and ever since I was little I've spent as much time underwater as I can, practicing holding my breath and just exploring the underwater world. So right now I can get it to about 95 feet, staying usually around 30 to 60 feet when I'm photographing sea life, and I have a breath hold up to about 4.5 minutes, which changes of course depending on how fast I'm swimming, trying to keep up with the sea life. I was hired by a Japanese film crew to participate as their dolphin decoy swimmer, which basically they came out to do a film on the dolphins here in Hawaii and on the Big Island. And because of my relationship with the dolphins, having swam with them, they're comfortable with me, they know me, and I know a lot of them by their markings. They hired me to basically bring them closer to the camera so they could get better footage. And you know, there's a lot of other opportunities that I've had through the years in working with film companies and documentaries on the sea life here in Hawaii, and as well as the big plastic mass that's out in the ocean, and helping spread the word about how that's affecting our oceans and our sea life, and how, you know, again, we need to really clean up our act here on land and start picking up trash, plastic. You know, I've swam with countless sea life here that's been entangled with either fishing lines or nets. You know, I've basically seen dolphins, turtles, manta rays, and also whales that have been entangled, and I've had the opportunity to rescue a couple different dolphins that had fishing line wrapped around their tail flukes, and one also had its fish hook in its mouth, and the fishing line was wrapped around its dorsal fin and tail. And you know, it was just kind of swimming away from the pod, and I got in the water swimming, I noticed it, went back to the boat, got some scissors, and just to have with me in case the opportunity arose. He swam near to me, and I was able to cut the fishing line off of him, and he slowed way down and just kind of circled me a couple times and let me remove the line, which is awesome. Not a lot of opportunity arises to be able to rescue those animals. I also came across a humpback whale that looked like he was entangled in a net, and luckily I came upon him just in time to where he hadn't gotten entangled yet. A lot of times they swim over to nets just to check it out of curiosity, and then end up entangled in it. So because you know, it showed up at the right time, the whale did swim away and wasn't entangled and pulled the net out of the water. So, you know, I just always try to clean up the seas or land. If there's anything that it can spread a message to, is if you come across anything in the ocean or on land that doesn't belong there, plastic, fishing lines, fish hooks, anything like that, please pick it up and if you do see an animal that's in distress or tangled, please locate or call your local entanglement unit, and they can go down and help that animal. Which brings me to what I'm doing as a mermaid. I've created my own mermaid tails to swim in. And so what I do is I take people out on ocean adventures, mermaid tours, either from shore by boat or do birthday parties and corporate events. And I teach people about the ocean and all the magic of the sea and the sea life that lives there. And basically, the ocean is our life source, and how we connect as humans to the sea and how much we need the ocean for our survival. And as a mermaid, I am embodying the two. You know, it's the ultimate of being connected to the sea. So what I like to do ultimately is educate. You know, my main mission is one of education and conservation for the ocean. So like I said, just carrying the beauty, the magic of the ocean. Any way that I can, whether it's through my photography, through taking people actually out and connecting them to the deep blue, or having them swim with me as a mermaid and really seeing that connection, that human-fish connection, and they can take that memory home with them and then start that chain reaction at kids, adults, any ages, and they can start developing or encouraging their love for the ocean and wanting to learn and know more about it. All the mysteries of the sea and the sea life, and taking that back home with them. There's a lot of people that live in cities that are far away from the ocean, and I want to share the beauty of the ocean with them too. It's like nourishing that connection that I really believe has been lost through the years. And that takes me to the next step of, as far as education, what is going on right now. There's so much magic and beauty out there in the sea, and there's also a lot of distress right now in the coral. The corals being affected, the dolphins and whales in certain parts of the world are being hunted, and that's something that we're getting more awareness out there. And I believe that the more awareness that's spread about these species and animals, the more that we can actually put a stop to their hunting, because people are starting to realize and know that dolphins and whale species, their brains are larger than the human brains, and then they're extremely intelligent animals that do have communication and feelings, and we need to respect them and not hunt them. And the same is true for sharks. A lot of countries are killing sharks just for their fins and leaving the shark bodies to die, thousands of numbers. The more awareness, little by little, the more that we can put a stop to this. Like I said, little things, like it's almost just like baby steps. The more education and awareness that's put out there, the more we can put an end to it. And it's really cool to see kids and take people out there who already are knowing about this and are passing on the word. I've met kids as little as 6 who are already in tune with and know about what's going on with the dolphins in Taiji, and they're passing that on to their friends and other kids in their school, and they're starting to want to participate in beach cleanups, and that's something that's really exciting, because when you get kids excited about that and wanting to make a difference, then that's how change happens. And so that's one of my main goals in all that I do, as well as inspiring everyone to live their dreams and spread a little bit of aloha around the world, land and sea. So, my message in Hawaiian, there's a saying called Malama I ke kai, which means take care of the sea, and Malama o ka Aina means take care of the land. And ultimately, they're connected. So that's one of my main messages as a mermaid. So hope to swim with you soon. Aloha. To learn more about the ocean, what I'm doing as a mermaid, and ocean adventures, please visit danamermaid.com and contact me for more information. Mahalos and aloha.